Thank you all for coming. I want to start with a question. Why are you here? I think this is a crucial question and one that goes to the heart of vocation, which is the theme and purpose of my speaking here today. You can and should take that question to mean whatever you need it to mean. Here might be this chapel right now. Here might be Augsburg this semester. Here might be Minnesota this year. But might need it to be something less literal, like why are you in your major, or following an ideology, or in some relationship. Wherever we are, in whatever capacity, we should be constantly aware of why we are there, to be called by some higher purpose, to do some job or task or role should require that we reflect on what is calling us, and if we are listening to that calling. It is not something to be left to accident or chance or coincidence. It is far too important. The rest of your life is a really long time, God willing, for all of us. So we must treat that time with respect and care. So we should constantly be asking ourselves this question: why are you here? Shortly after Professor Jeremy Myers asked me to speak at this chapel, I ran into a good friend of mine, a local artist named Greg Graham. We were talking, and I mentioned a pearl of wisdom that I have dropped on many students over many years. Work so you don't have to work. I've always recognized this as a piece of financial wisdom, something that was told to me when I was younger and starting my career. The idea is that we save and budget and are financially responsible so that we don't have to work into our older years and can enjoy the fruits of our labors. Greg, very politely but very definitively, shot that interpretation down. You see, what Greg pointed out to me was that even though he didn't have to work, he would keep working. He loves being an artist, so why would he ever want to stop? What set of conditions would make it so that he would ever want to give up this thing that fills his soul, that drives him, that connects him with the world around him, that brings him so much genuine joy? Why should giving up a thing you love ever be a goal for anyone? What could make me want to give up being a father or a husband or a friend to those I love? I realized Greg knows why he is where he is. He can answer our central question of why are you here? So now for this chapel, I must turn this same lens and question onto myself. Greg loves doing art. It is his calling, but am I following mine? As those of you who know me well or have spent time in my classes know, I am honest to a fault. And standing here today in this chapel is not going to change that. I confess before you today that I am very much at a crossroads. Maybe the reason I have been giving that bad advice so freely was because it has become rooted in my reality. Am I working to not work? Do I genuinely know why I am here? My mathematical nature requires that I separate out variables. Have I fallen out of love with mathematics? Surely not. I still find great joy in learning mathematics. I had a great time yesterday in John's class. Seeing new patterns, discovering new ideas, forming new connections. I declared as a math major at Purdue in 1990 and am still as passionate about that subject now as I was then. Ahead of many other pieces of my identity, I am a mathematician, and nothing will ever change that. So it can't be that. I know why I do mathematics. I know why I am there. I also grow in my love for teaching every day. My education classes, I think, are every bit as insightful and thoughtful as they ever have been. Teaching about teaching helps me be a better teacher. I love putting my theory into practice and then distilling my practice back into theory. There are challenges to teaching, but it's all in the game. So no, while there are ups and downs in the classroom, that's part of teaching, and I know I still love it. I know why I am there. My AugSim? Yes, even my AugSim feels like the right place for me to be. So what is it? Well, when we remove the impossible, as Sir Arthur Conan Doyle teaches us, whatever is left, no matter how improbable, must be the solution. The reality is that I am tired of having my teaching judged by people who have never seen me teach. I am tired of having my work maligned by people who have never worked with me. I am tired of having to beg for the freedom and the autonomy that others receive freely. But more than anything, I am tired of being tired. One of my colleagues and friends here recently told me to fight for what I want, but my whole career has been a fight. Most of my life has been a fight. You see, I am a statistical outlier. Mixed-race children from single-parent, blue-collar, lower-class Tennessee homes in the 1970s don't typically grow up to earn PhDs. I did it because I fought for it. But honestly, I'm tired of fighting this much and this hard. I don't need anything to be easy, but I need it to be fair. As someone who has spent a lot of time wrestling and grappling, I know that fighting is a young person's game. I still know how. But the truth is that I'm getting old. You see, I believe that the thing that gives me value is what makes me different, but I see and hear it being used as false evidence by a noisy few to support the premise that I somehow do not belong here. My mentor, Professor Justin Price, who died the year I started at Augsburg, told me decades ago that there are already too many teachers doing the same thing, that what sets anyone apart is what they do differently. Those words and that idea immediately became my mantra. He taught me that education is not an exercise in consensus or control or uniformity. And I try to carry that message forward, to teach that, to model that every day. So what does any of this mean? No, this is not meant to be just 10 minutes of me venting my frustrations or time for me to question my professional existential direction or existence in public. There's a larger point to this, and that is that vocation is such a massive idea that we do not do it justice by looking at it in terms of only one dimension. The easy interpretation is that it is simply the thing that you do, but there are so many more layers to it than that. Vocation is when in your life you are doing it. Are you doing it at a place in your life where you can recognize your calling and serve it? As someone who's been sober for 23 years, this has been crucial for me. Vocation is who you get to do it with. Are those around you genuinely caring and supportive and loving? I use the word love a lot in this. Are you those things for them as well? Vocation is what you spiritually get out of it and what you allow others to draw from you. Are you, through your calling, allowing others to follow their calling? Are you building community, or are you undermining it? I hope I am lifting my students up, and I hope I am humble enough to let them lift me up. And yes, vocation is where you do it. Are you at a place that gives you the resources, the support, the confidence, the praise, and the necessary critiques to help you grow? Because you can't follow your calling in a place that prevents or slows your ability to follow it. I genuinely love Augsburg. I need you to know that. But loving something means also wanting it to be the best it can be, and that requires a realism, seeing it warts and all. When any of those things go missing, our proximity to our true vocational calling diminishes. When too many of these things go missing, well, we are just working to not have to work. What have I learned in preparing for today? How could I summarize all of this in one idea? It would be this, that vocation is finding a place, a spiritual place, an emotional place, an intellectual place, a social place, and yes, even a physical place. A place that loves you back and hopefully allows others to be loved back as well. It is not a place defined, as our reading tells us, by the worldly goods it yields, but by the very richness of our soul and the richness we can contribute to the souls of others. To all of us, students, faculty, staff, administrators, and coaches, I genuinely hope you are in that place right now. But if you are not, please, as soon as you can, find a place that does all of those things for you. Work so you can keep working. So I want to end with a question. Why are you here? Thank you.